Yeah, of course, Lloyd's Deep Dive brought to our screens thanks to our very good friends there at Unique Wrought Iron. Go and see Jez and Al and the team. We are in lockdown, but they're always open online, so log on. You can bag yourself a bargain.
TJ, off the back of Lionel Messi leaving Barcelona for PSG, we thought we'd look at the biggest moves at AFL level of players leaving clubs, and we thought we'd start with the biggest one. Was when we all thought Lance Franklin would leave the Hawthorn Football Club for the GWS, and he ended up at the Sydney Swans. Here is one of Buddy's first interviews.
Buddy Franklin shocked the football world. This afternoon, he broke his silence.
Mate, off to Sydney, fantastic deal.
Oh, it's obviously unbelievable experience. Like, get a 9-year contract up in Sydney, and something I'm looking forward to.
Stunning all with his decision to join Sydney following months of speculation that he was off to the Giants. Franklin's denying claims the Swans deal was a year in the making.
Yeah, I only found out the last couple of weeks, literally, that Swans were interested. It was a massive decision to sit back and tell your teammates, guys you play a lot of football with. Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
You obviously believe your body can play to 35?
35, yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, if John plays me deep, I can go to about 42, I reckon.
So I laughed at that. 9 years, 35. I thought there's no way he's going to get through this, and yet they may extend him even further, which was amazing. But it did get pretty bitter, and Mike Fitzpatrick, the AFL chairman at the time, he had these things to say about the deal on open mic.
I was unhappy only in that I had been probably the last defender of Collar. And so I felt...
That's the cost of living allowance, that the Swans had. And I was reliably told for many years that this was simply to look after the journeymen and the young players. But, you know, it increasingly became obvious with both the Tippett acquisition and then Buddy that that wasn't the case. And I was very disappointed in that. They ended up with the best two players in 2 years in a row that were on the market. So I felt I had to have a discussion with them.
So the Giants missed out on that all-time great. They also missed out on another all-time great in Dustin Martin when they had a massive crack at him in 2013. And this is the Footy Show cameras capturing Dusty leaving Melbourne Airport, then getting to Sydney and going to the GWS facilities. So Stephen Silvani there, Dave Matthews in the orange vest, the Chief Executive Officer.
Ralph.
Graham Allen still working for the club at that time. Ralph Carr was his manager, taking him through. And it looked likely, given that the Tigers had put out a statement on the same day or the same period of time that they were exploring all options and possibilities, that he may be out the door, but ended up coming back, staying at a lesser rate than he initially wanted. But the rest, as they say, is history. 3 Norm Smith medals later, and he's effectively a Tiger for life.
One star who left GWS, of course, Adam Treloar, and it was very much a toss-up between Richmond and Collingwood, but in the end, Treloar thought that Collingwood had a better chance of a premiership than Richmond. In fact, he said so in a media conference and was made to pay for telling the truth, basically, which didn't necessarily turn out to be the truth, as Richmond fans will tell you. But this is when they first met, Richmond and Collingwood. Now, just to set it up, Lordo, so what happened was that Cotchin was getting stuck into Adam Treloar by saying, you picked the wrong club. And then after Collingwood kicked the winning goal through Grundy, Treloar said to him, mate, you spoke too soon.
It was huge, absolutely huge at the time. And obviously, Adam Treloar made the comments that they have a better list, as you just touched on previous, and he never, ever lived that down and missed out on a few flags, obviously.
OK, sorry, I thought we were going to Kane there, but arguably the greatest player we've seen is Wayne Carey, along with Lee Matthews. So it was massive news when he decided he was going to leave North Melbourne and he was at Adelaide, and here is Wayne Carey at the airport heading off to Adelaide. He announces he's moved to Adelaide. It's a nice stripy shirt. Look at that. Look at that. Just a three-quarter pants from Duck.
Well, he's just getting into the Adelaide fashion, I think.
But it was massive news, wasn't it, Damo?
Oh, it was huge, and to think that he could get back. And he actually was playing really well in that second season that he was there before he had that incident with the goal post or the point post that he never ever played again. They were mounting something pretty special with him playing a role in that particular.
So he never played after crashing into the...
Never played again after that one.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He was playing some pretty good footy at that stage. This is his first game against North Melbourne, and they obviously... He was very happy, Duck, and there was a moment here where he come towards Stevens, he goes down, then Archer comes in and throws a roundhouse, and then Duck gets up and Archer go at it again, and this was big boy stuff, wasn't it?
It was, and this was a moment you thought, could it explode? Duck had the last laugh in this game, Brownie, where the Crows actually won this game quite easily, but didn't probably get what he wanted out of the Crows due to an injury, wasn't it?
Due to injury, yeah.
That game, the atmosphere that night at Telstra Dome, I think it was, was just electric. Like the Adelaide bus pulled up, it could not have got any closer to the door of the change rooms, just to protect Carey and everything. It was enormous that night.
Quite ironic that Lee Colbert was his first opponent there.
Exactly right, because in 1999 he was captain of the Geelong Footy Club and he wanted out. He left the Cats, which was just unbelievable. Also, Gary Ayres, I reckon, the day before. So Geelong lost their coach and their captain in about 2 or 3 days, and he had to go to the best and fairest, and this is Colby at the best and fairest for the Cats.
Out-of-contract captain Lee Colbert last night walking out on the club, fearing for its survival. Chief Executive Brian Cook emerged from his office at the ground, now being referred to as Shell Shock Stadium.
We can afford to lose some battles, but I felt the Lee Colbert issue was one we didn't want to lose. But that's life, and we'll get on with life.
Also tested the courage of Lee Colbert, the former Cat captain, back at the club for the Best and Fairest award. A chance to explain his walkout to join the Kangaroos.
Because I've made a difficult decision regarding my football future, I apologise to those people who feel that I've let them down.
After 7 years at the club, Colbert was ready for the mixed reception. The farewell helped by encouraging words from another on-field leader, Gary Hocking.
They may not understand, mate, but they should respect your decision, and I just hope that's... I can leave it at that.
Good effort. Good effort.
That's good vision,
absolutely.
isn't it, Bill?
Really good effort to go to the best and fairest when he was leading.
But he's a quality person, isn't
great
he, Lee
bloke.
Colbert? Yeah.
Don't find a better bloke than Lee Colbert.
He's had an interesting career post-footy too with his airline...
It's a pilot licence,
Pilot.
Now he's got a McDonald's.
A McDonald's?
Yes, up in Mildura. So if you're up in Mildura, just drive in and Colby's got to work. He's working there.
I know.
In the drive-through.
Kane's about to finish off for us, but it would have been the first captain probably for a long time in modern game to leave a club, so it was just huge.
Yeah.
Was Chris Judd captain when he left West Coast?
Yes, he was. He was. And he hadn't got to captain the team per se because he did the knee in the year that he was made captain and then walked out at the end of it. So.
Didn't like the senior players there at the time.
Yeah, there's an issue going on with them. Yeah.
Another one at Geelong.
Me?
Another one at Geelong was this one, was Gary Ablett leaving, of course, going to the Gold Coast 2010. There was all sorts of stories about this, Damo. You'd remember the media hysterics around it. Gold Coast had their front page paper with petitions. Then, as we look to what Geelong did in their town with the Geelong Advertiser, they called it the Ablett-tizer. I'm not sure if we've got a cutaway of that, Bill, but there it is there. That was what it was, a letter to Gary Ablett to stay front page. But, of course, he went up there for an offer that you couldn't refuse. I reckon it's the only time the Gold Coast has been really relevant, haven't they? When Gary was there playing the footy that he played up there.
Jeez.
Since is that an inaccurate statement?
No, but it's a decent drive-by.
Well, and it's true, TJ. When's the last time, other than him being there, have we really focused on the Gold Coast?
Carmichael Hunt.
And he fell out, didn't he, to Damo and Bill with Bomber Thompson? Was that the story?
Yeah, it was. They didn't talk for a while,
And he felt that Bomber led him down the wrong path in terms of Bomber then left the club himself in the same period of time when he was questioning him both privately and publicly about committing and recommitting.
Fascinating deep dive, Lordo. And of course, one that we didn't get to, which was before my time even, is when Ron Barassi left Carlton to go to Melbourne. And to this day, people who remember that say the biggest shock in terms of a player switching from club to club.
He left Melbourne. Carlton.
Yeah, what did I say?
It was huge, wasn't it?
And we just didn't quite have time for Nath's decision to leave the Dogs for Richmond.
Well, I think money.
I think we were talking about footy stars.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right.